and welcome to our third Halloween celebration video, and today's video it is the cast of Scooby-Doo, the cartoon version. I'm Izu if you don't know that yet, and one fun fact about me is that I was obsessed with Scooby-Doo when I was a kid. We watched probably every single episode of that original cartoon with my sister, and I don't even remember how many episodes or seasons there were. I just remember there were so many different episodes, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a cartoon animation show with this gang that I'm making in The Sims, which is 4 humans and a dog that is not a traditional dog. Scooby isn't like magical in the series, the cartoon version, but he's definitely more human-like than other dogs. Anyways, they go around the country with their little bus looking for places that are quote-unquote haunted, and then eventually revealing it's not actually a ghost or any kind of supernatural being. Instead, it is somebody like a criminal or a bad actor, making it seem so that they can kind of get away with whatever scheme they have. And that premise alone is just so fun. I don't know who came up with it. I don't really know much about like the origins of this series. I just watched it as a kid and absolutely loved it. And I thought, what better group of people and a dog to do on Halloween than the Scooby Gang. I've actually wanted to do Scooby-Doo characters in The Sims before, I just haven't gotten around to that. But yeah, it's just, I love these guys and I love the cartoons. I've also watched the original films. I don't know if there are any new ones, but the ones from the 2000s, and especially the one with the theme park where they go to. I think it's a theme park. Anyways, it's been a long time since I watched that movie. We watched it so many times though with my sister. But anyways, it's an iconic movie. If you've watched it, you know what I'm talking about. And everything about Scooby-Doo is just such a nostalgic, iconic thing that I actually want to now watch the movie myself. Again, I might have it on DVD too. Anyways, I started with Velma because I thought Velma would be the easiest to do, and she kind of is. She's very just minimal makeup, barely any really. She wears an orange jumper, a red little skirt, and some red socks, and her little iconic black rimmed boxy glasses, and a little short bob with a fringe. It's very simple, and I was really happy how I could make it in The Sims. Like, she really looks like her in my opinion, and actually I barely made any changes to her face from the base sim that I got. Actually, that base sim was like perfect for Velma. So yeah, she was really easy. She was very simple yet really cute, and I'm very happy with her. Next, I continued on making Fred. I didn't want to go the actor replica route, so I stayed clear from what Freddie Prinze Jr. looks like the actor who plays Fred in the movie. He's very kind of a little bit jockey. He's got a very masculine build, but he's very kind of, I guess, vain, but not in a negative sense, just like he cares about his appearance, and he's like that in the cartoons as well. He's always like trying to do the right thing, trying to seem like the mature adulty one, and really like rational, but then also worrying about appearances and taking care of everybody, but also kind of being scared but not really believing there's anything supernatural. It's just, they have whole characters and awesome, like they're really not really deep. In the series, there's a lot of like details you can catch of the cast, so I tried to also give them appropriate traits and aspirations in The Sims. I found this little swoopy hair style. I think it's Johnny Sims, if I remember correctly. And one thing I don't love about those hairs that they make is that they never... I don't know what they look like right now. I haven't downloaded CC in a long time. But the ones that I have, which are like a little bit older, they usually don't have a very nice hairline, and I really dislike that. But then I tried to add a little hairline kind of skin detail to him, but it wasn't like matching perfectly. I also didn't like the hair color. The hair color was quite ugly. It's an E8 color, so that's nothing on Johnny Sims or the CC creator. I'm sorry if I'm like slandering their name for no reason if they're not the creator, but I'm pretty sure it's a Johnny Sims hair. Anyways, it's not their fault that EA makes the ugliest hair colors ever. And also I was later on making Shaggy and realized that he also has this kind of dirty blonde hair color. And because we are so limited in hair colors in The Sims, and also the cartoon hair colors are very unnatural, and I really didn't feel like giving Fred yellow hair, I decided to instead switch it to a platinum blonde hair color, because I believe that's kind of what they're mimicking with the bright neon yellow in the cartoon. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be like super dyed, fried, white, blonde hair. So yeah, anyways, I switched that at the end, and he kind of emulates the style that I was going for. I also switched up his clothing. Actually, he is wearing a white shirt with a blue collar and then blue pants, which could be argued are jeans, but I switched the colors around because I realized that I don't have a white long sleeve with a blue collar. So instead I went with this collared shirt that is unfortunately blue but has a collar, and it's a different color, and I don't know, it goes very well with his style. And I also want to say that I updated their styles a little bit. I made their styles more modern and fashionable right now. I didn't copy them exactly. Like, I could have given them like bell-bottom jeans and Daphne a jumper dress, but I don't know, I just felt like giving them pretty clothes and making them cute and pretty and modern, and that's kind of my problem whenever I'm making these kind of like cartoon characters or whatever characters in The Sims. I always want to just give them regular clothes that we wear like right now that are fashionable, or maybe not fashionable, but like what people would wear right now. I just wanted to say that they're not exact replicas of their clothes, but I still found them very appropriate and very nice. Anyways, let's move on to Daphne. I had a blast making Daphne. She is so iconic. I think she was my favorite character of all characters when I was a kid. I loved them all, but what can I say? I was a little girl once and I just really loved her. She was very, very cute. But I also loved Velma and Shaggy and Scooby. Oh my god, I just love them all. Anyways, I gave her red hair. I made her really cute because she's supposed to be this really pretty girly girl, but then she's also really smart in kind of like this unexpected feminine way, and I love that about her. They didn't just make her like a little, you know, pretty but there's nothing behind the eyes kind of stereotype. Instead, she is pretty, but she's really smart as well. And I think that the whole group together is stronger when they have these different personalities, and it really just works well. So anyways, I just love Daphne. She's so pretty. She's so pretty in the series, but she's also such a pretty sim. I was so happy with her. And at some points, I realized that unconsciously, I was making her look a little bit like Sarah Geller, who plays her in the movie, the 2002 version again. Not too much, but at some points I could see kind of the influence, and I tried to steer away from that because again, I didn't want to make a full replica of that. As I said before, I didn't want to recreate the actors' faces this time. Sometimes I like to do that, like with Little Mermaid. I did both. I did the actress's version of like Halle Bailey's version, and then I also did what I think Ariel would look like as a Sim from the original film. This time I wanted to keep it very much how I would imagine them to look like in The Sims. I didn't want to recreate the actual actors, and I just looked it up because I never can remember any actors' names ever, except apparently Halle Bailey's. I hope I'm remembering her name correctly. Anyways, I looked them up, and fun fact, the guy who plays Fred in the 2002 movie is actually called Freddy, like in real life. That really amuses me. Whenever actors share their name or a nickname in real life that they're also portraying in a movie, I just find it funny. And then eventually I moved on to Shaggy. I think out of all characters, he was the most difficult to do because his head shape is not very human-like. Like, it is, of course, he's a human and it looks like a human in the cartoon version, but when you look at the shape of his head, it doesn't make any sense in real world kind of version. Like, his jaw is kind of this oblong shape that is larger and wider than anything else in his head. And it just hit the shape of his head doesn't make any sense. So I tried my best to make him have this kind of laid back, lazy, kind of messy style and vibe to him, and eventually I was very happy with him. Also, I apologize, I forgot to make him tall. Right now Fred is the tallest, but actually I'm pretty sure that Shaggy should be the tallest. I forgot to drag the slider up, so apologies for that, but I think we can all still continue living without him being the tallest person of the group. And I also decided to not go with his iconic green shirt, because when I gave him the green shirt that was kind of like open and little, kind of like a button up but not really. Anyways, when I gave him that in The Sims and the red pants, he looked like he was ready for Christmas Day. So I decided to go with this like striped t-shirt, and as much as it's not right in the color per se, and the color area, the color and the color, I just realized that sounds exactly the same. The collar, like where your head comes through, is not the right shape because it's supposed to be a V shape. And then the color, as in green, it's also not the right shade. However, with the pants, he does not look like he's going to a Christmas party anymore. So I'm happy with that. And then at last we get to Scooby, the main character of the whole show. He's a little, I don't actually know what kind of dog he is. I should probably Google that. Oh, he's a Great Dane. Oh my god, that makes so much sense. I decided to go with a Rhodesian Ridgeback because that dog in The Sims looked the most to me like Scooby. I didn't check if we had Great Danes in the game. Maybe we do. I don't actually know, but it makes complete sense that he's a Great Dane because he looks like a Great Dane. And I'm just gonna say out of the bat, I am not a dog or pet painter in The Sims. I suck at using my mouse. I do not have the dexterity to use a mouse as a painting tool. So this is a very kind of child's version of Scooby-Doo. I would bet almost anything that there are people that have made a better Scooby-Doo in the game on the gallery. So if you want to play with the Scooby gang, even if you want to play with my characters, they are up on my gallery, so you can get them from there. But yeah, if you want to get a better looking Scooby, I suggest you can get that from the gallery, because it's too hard. Also, I was very upset that you can't paint black on dogs' fur. Like, there's no black. There's only dark colors like dark brown, dark red, dark any kind of color, but in a very dark desaturated version. But the absolute black, like if you color code like pure zero, it's not black, it's this kind of grayish blue, and it's quite annoying. And so I decided to go with this like darker brown kind of color, and I hope that's okay. And yeah, there we have my little Scooby gang. I'm so happy with these guys. I love Scooby-Doo, if you couldn't already tell, and I'm very happy I got to make this video. I actually had a little idea to do every room is a different blank kind of video, but I didn't end up having time because I'm literally recording this voiceover at 5 p.m. today, and this video should be going up at 6, like in an hour literally. So I didn't end up having time to do a build, but I really want to do that. So if you want to see me try my hand at the challenge where you build a house based on different like aesthetics or characters or something like that, comment down below which characters, like maybe different TV shows or maybe different Halloween characters, if you still want to see a Halloween video after Halloween or different holiday things or whatever. If you want me to do that kind of video, comment down below the theme. If not, that's completely fine. I'll just do something else. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you have been enjoying my little Halloween series. Final video in that is gonna go up tomorrow, and then after that on Friday I will do a Twitch stream, a Halloween stream. So if you're interested in that, just hanging out with me in a Halloween costume, you don't have to be, but I will. You can come hang out. Everything important will be linked down below, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day or night, a week or weekend, whenever you're watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!